There's a reason it hasn't happened yet. Not because you're behind, not because you missed it, but because divine love never arrives on demand. You can't rush what's sacred. Soul connection is not summoned by effort, but revealed by alignment. You're not waiting for her to appear. You're becoming the version of yourself who can receive her, the one who no longer chases energy that runs, the one who trusts timing more than desperation. And timing, beloved, is holy. She is not lost. She's becoming, just like you. On her side of the world, she's being refined, softened, awakened. Her soul is shifting to meet yours at the crossroads neither of you can see yet, but both are walking toward. You won't need to search for her. You'll recognize her, not by sight but by peace. She won't interrupt your journey. She'll merge with it. You've been taught to run after what you want, but soulmates don't respond to urgency. They respond to energy. Alignment is what opens the gate, not obsession. And right now, your only work is to return to yourself. Heal the places within that feel unworthy. Unfold the parts of you that were silenced. Because the love you're calling in is listening to your frequency, not your fear. Your timeline may feel delayed, but heaven is never late. Every no you faced, every false start, was simply a redirection. You are not forgotten. You are being preserved. Not for just any connection, but for one that knows how to hold your depth. You don't need to fight for what fits. You only need to rise into the rhythm of what is already meant. She won't come into your life as a spark that burns quickly and vanishes. She will arrive like a sunrise, steady, sure, soft. The kind of presence that doesn't announce itself, but becomes impossible to ignore. Her energy won't chase you either. It will call to you. Through small moments, through mirrored thoughts, through timing that feels more like orchestration than coincidence. This journey was never about finding her. It was about remembering you. Because when you come home to yourself, you start shining at the frequency she's been drawn to all along. Love doesn't bloom where fear lives. It blossoms in the soil of peace, wholeness, and surrender. And you, right now, are learning to stop gripping what was never yours and open to what already is. She is not waiting for the perfect you. She's aligning with the real you, the one who's tired of games, the one who's done performing, the one who no longer wants to prove, impress, or pursue, but just to be present, awake, anchored. You won't have to convince her. She'll just know, and so will you. Let go of the pressure to find her. You can't miss what's written in divine ink. What's written for your soul doesn't get erased by time, distance, or delay. It aligns when the lesson is learned, when the mirror is ready, when both hearts have shed enough fear to say yes without doubt. That moment is closer than you think. You don't need a map. You need trust. Because the universe is already moving, pieces behind the veil. Conversations are being whispered on her heart. Doors are unlocking, paths are crossing, and soon you'll look back and see how every detour was leading you here. Not to just a person, but to a reflection, a match, a mirror. She won't feel like a conquest. She'll feel like a connection. There will be no winning, only recognizing. You'll speak without words. You'll see without staring. And the moment you meet, you won't need an explanation. It'll be a soul level yes. Quiet, powerful, unmistakable. Like you've loved each other through lifetimes. She won't complete you. She'll walk beside your completeness. You've built a life of meaning, of stillness, of truth. And she will admire that. She won't want to be your world. She'll want to stand in it with you. No dependency. Just devotion, no pressure. Just presence. You'll both know this is different. The lessons that broke your heart were never wasted. They prepared you to receive her. Now you know what love isn't. Now you won't settle for what just feels good, but damages your soul. You'll choose wholeness over attention, depth over intensity, presence over performance, and that choice is what pulls her in. Let your soul rest. You don't need to effort your way into connection. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. The alignment you seek is responding to your energy, not your effort. And when you soften into your becoming, she'll feel the shift and move toward you. You don't have to be ready. You just have to be real. This isn't about perfection. It's about resonance. And she will come when your truth is louder than your timeline. When you stop pretending to be okay and start honoring where you actually are. In that honesty, the path clears. In that surrender, the union begins. She may not look like what you imagined, but she'll feel like everything you prayed for. Her voice will calm your nervous system. Her energy will feel like gravity and freedom at the same time. She won't arrive to fix your wounds, but her love will remind you that you're already healing, that you're already home. You've tried chasing, you've tried controlling, but now you're learning to trust, and that trust is what makes you magnetic. When your soul says, "I'm ready," the universe answers in divine timing, not loud noise. It comes quietly, in alignment, in symmetry, in a moment that feels like fate finally keeping a promise. She won't ask you to become anything. She'll fall in love with the version of you that's already here. And from that love, you'll grow, not to earn her, but because you'll be free to expand. That's the kind of love you align with, not chase. That's the love that transforms not just your life, but your entire spirit. So exhale. Release the urge to force what's meant to flow. You are not falling behind. You are syncing up. With her pace, with her path, with the version of her who's learning to trust the same way you are. And one day, not far from now, your timing will meet, and your souls will smile, as if they always knew. You'll know you're aligned not when everything feels perfect, but when your spirit no longer feels frantic. When the silence no longer feels like punishment, but preparation. When you stop chasing and start attracting, without needing to perform. That's when your heart has finally come home to itself. And from that stillness, love begins to move in your direction, quietly, surely, authentically. She's not on the other side of striving, she's on the other side of surrender. The more you release your grip, the clearer the vision becomes. Love never slips through the hands of those who are anchored in their own worth. You're not behind, you're being calibrated. Every moment of confusion was just your soul asking you to realign. You won't find her by proving your worth. You'll meet her by living your truth. She won't come into a life that's pretending. She'll be drawn to a heart that's resting in authenticity. You don't need to look impressive. You only need to be real. Because the kind of love that finds you in truth stays in truth. She won't feel like a high. She'll feel like balance, like exhale, like finally arriving at the version of connection that doesn't take more than it gives. You'll feel her in your energy before you feel her in your arms. And when you do meet, it won't feel like beginning something new. It'll feel like remembering something eternal. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not missing anything. The path you're walking right now is the exact one that leads to her. You're not walking in circles, you're shedding what doesn't belong in your future. And that clearing is holy. That space is necessary because love needs room to breathe. The love you're aligning with has been shaped in sacred silence. She's learning things you haven't seen, healing wounds you'll one day hold gently. Her becoming is a mirror of your own. That's why it feels quiet now, because alignment always happens in the unseen first. Don't mistake stillness for absence. The shift is already in motion. She's not coming into your life to fix what's broken. She's coming to reflect what's been rebuilt. And that reflection won't feel fragile. It will feel strong, whole, grounded. You won't hold each other in desperation. You'll stand side by side in deep, steady recognition. No chasing, just choosing. Alignment means you stop reaching for what's not reaching back. It means you stop trying to rush divine timing with human urgency. You're not forgotten. You're being positioned. And the moment your soul is fully rooted in trust, the door will open. Not because you demanded it, but because you were ready to walk through. You don't attract her by seeking. You attract her by healing. You draw her near every time you choose. Peace over panic. Every time you breathe instead of beg. Every time you trust instead of grasp. And even now, that energy is making its way toward her, and she feels it. Even if she doesn't know why yet. The connection won't come with fireworks. It will come with recognition. Not a rush, but a resonance. You'll feel her in the way your body relaxes around her, in how your laughter feels lighter, in how your heart no longer questions the moment, because the moment itself will answer every doubt. Stop watching the clock. Stop measuring your worth by someone else's timeline. Your life is not late. Your heart is not on hold. She will not arrive a moment too soon or too late. She'll come when your soul is no longer reaching forward, but resting in now. That's the doorway she's destined to enter through. She's not hidden from you. You're just becoming ready to truly receive her. And when she enters, you'll realize why all the waiting mattered, why all the delays weren't punishments, but protection. This love isn't average, it's sacred. And sacred things arrive in sacred timing. The alignment will be mutual. She won't chase, you won't chase. You'll meet in the middle with hearts that have nothing to prove, just truth to offer. And in that stillness, something eternal will ignite. Not with noise, but with knowing everything you're learning now, the boundaries, the self-respect, the emotional clarity, it's not in vain. It's the language you'll speak when she arrives. You're being given tools, not tests. And one day soon you'll use them not to survive, but to build something beautiful with her. You'll notice the difference the moment you stop asking when and start saying, I trust. Your energy will shift. Your days will soften. And the love that couldn't find you in fear will suddenly draw near through faith. That's how alignment works. It's not forced. It's received. The connection will not be loud, but it will be lasting. No drama, no confusion, no almost, just presence, intention, realness. And when it finds you, you won't feel like you're losing your freedom. You'll feel like you finally found someone who understands your wings. You'll look back and thank the version of you who stopped chasing and started healing, who stopped begging and started believing, who stopped reaching and started rising. She made space for this moment. She opened the door that alignment now walks through. The more you love where you are, the faster love will come. Because true love isn't waiting for a perfect you, it's waiting for the present you. And in your present, you are already worthy. Already enough. Already aligned with everything that's been promised. Keep walking in your truth. Keep choosing peace. Keep becoming the version of yourself that no longer rushes. Because the love that's on its way doesn't need to be chased. It simply needs to be met. You're not falling behind. You're falling into place. Alignment feels like losing control at first because it's asking you to stop striving and start trusting. But the very moment you surrender, something within you unlocks. You begin to see that timing is not your enemy, it's your protection. What you thought was a delay was simply love being perfected behind the scenes. You won't need to chase something that's moving at your pace. When it's truly aligned, you'll both arrive without pressure, without force. No more misaligned starts. No more one-sided hope. You'll both step into the same moment already softened, already ready, already knowing that this is not by accident. This is divine design. She's not the goal. She's the reflection of your becoming, the echo of your healed decisions. You don't attract her by longing. You call her in by embodying the life you truly desire. And when you start choosing joy, boundaries, stillness, and truth, that's when she begins moving closer, even if unseen. There's no exact formula, no checklist that unlocks her presence. This is not a game to win, it's a soul to meet. And souls meet when timing matures, when you no longer seek validation from the world, but peace from within. That peace becomes your signature, and that signature is what love reads when deciding to step in. Stop wondering why she hasn't come yet. Start asking how you're showing up for yourself right now. She's not late. You're being invited to rise into the version of you that no longer needs to chase love, because you've already become it. You don't wait for her from emptiness. You align with her from overflow. There is beauty in the quiet before she comes, a chance to learn your rhythm, to hear your own voice, to build your foundation so no connection can shake it. And when she arrives, she'll meet not a half-built version of you, but one who stands whole and open. Not in defense, but in peace. You're not being overlooked, you're being guided inward. Because if she were to appear too soon, you might still seek from lack. You might mistake intensity for intimacy. You might call chaos passion. But now you're learning, you're calibrating. And that alignment is what welcomes in the kind of love that stays. She's not the answer to your emptiness. She's the companion to your fullness. And fullness is formed in the silence, in the ordinary, in the moments when you feel like nothing is happening, yet your soul is quietly preparing the table for something sacred. Don't rush the setting. Don't skip the meal your soul is meant to share. When it's right, you won't feel tension, you'll feel timing. Her presence won't feel like a test. It will feel like relief, like clarity, like, of course it's you. Not because you were waiting, but because everything about your life started matching her energy long before she arrived. And when you meet, that match will be undeniable. She will not awaken chaos, she will calm the storm. She won't amplify your fears, she'll remind you of your center. Love like this doesn't come to teach you hard lessons. It comes after the lessons have been learned, after you've chosen stillness over struggle, after you've stopped proving and started allowing. The ache you feel right now isn't a sign to go searching. It's a signal that you're close, that the version of you who has been shedding, growing, recentering, is almost ready to receive what doesn't require fixing or forcing. So don't resist the ache. Let it remind you that something is being aligned beyond your view. You're not invisible. You're being refined. And even now, the woman who will recognize your heart is beginning to feel the same pull. Her dreams are changing. Her boundaries are rising. She's starting to hear her own soul say, "It's almost time." You're not walking alone. You're walking toward her. When she comes, you won't need to explain the weight. She'll understand. And she'll feel it too, like a quiet knowing wrapped in presence. She'll hold the silence you once hated and call it sacred. She won't try to escape the stillness. You'll share it. And in that space, love will finally feel like home. Everything that felt unanswered will suddenly make sense. The heartbreaks, the almosts, the lonely nights, the moments you thought you were forgotten. They weren't endings. They were alignments, preparing you for a love that wouldn't leave you guessing. a love that knew how to stay. She's not here to impress you. She's here to meet you. And she'll do so without needing to be convinced. Because when it's aligned, love doesn't require negotiation. It simply arrives. And in her eyes, you'll see not a new beginning, but the confirmation of everything your soul already suspected. You'll stop watching for signs because her presence will be the sign. The ease in your heart, the silence in your mind, the way everything stills. Not because you've stopped moving, but because you've stopped reaching. You've become still enough for love to finally find you. This is the kind of connection that doesn't disrupt your purpose. It deepens it. She will not ask you to give up your path. She'll ask where it leads and whether she can walk beside you. You won't have to pause your growth. She'll be inspired by it. And your healing will no longer feel lonely. It will feel shared. What's for you doesn't get smaller the longer it takes. It gets clearer, stronger, truer. And when it arrives, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be present. That kind of presence is worth every moment you thought you were being delayed. You weren't waiting, you were becoming. And now you're not asking, where is she? You're asking, who am I becoming while I wait? That shift is everything. That mindset is magnetic. And when your soul fully settles into alignment, love will knock, not to complete you, but to walk with you in all that you've already become. Your soulmate doesn't need to be pursued. She needs to be prepared for. The more you lean into peace, the more she feels it. Energetically, you're already communicating. Every time you choose rest over rushing, silence over seeking, she feels it. Because soul alignment is not about presence, it's about vibration. And your frequencies are quietly finding each other, even now. You'll notice your energy start to change before she arrives. You'll stop looking around for signs and start feeling signs within you. Subtle clarity, deeper breath, and unshakable, knowing that you're getting closer without proof. Because alignment doesn't scream, it whispers. And those whispers are louder than any external reassurance. This love won't make you question your path. It will confirm it. She will look at your journey and not ask, why did you take so long? She'll say, I'm glad you waited. And in that moment, all of the restraint, all of the days you chose solitude over settling, will feel like sacred obedience. You'll know, this love was always part of the plan. You'll stop craving intensity and start craving clarity. You'll stop wanting to be chosen and start choosing yourself. And that shift is what draws her near. Because she's not coming for the old version of you, the one who doubted, reached, and chased. She's coming for the you that honors her, own timing, and trusts it without needing constant evidence. The connection won't spark from convenience. It will emerge from readiness. You'll both arrive having loved yourselves through some very dark nights. And that shared resilience will be your first language. Not trauma bonding, but truth. The kind of truth that doesn't cling. It simply holds. Gently. Securely. Without fear. You don't need a cosmic sign to know when she's near. You'll feel it in your spirit before your eyes ever recognize her. A quiet comfort will settle in you. You'll begin to make space in your life without even realizing why. That's alignment. That's energy clearing a path for something sacred. That's how she comes. She won't show up to distract you. She'll arrive to walk beside the purpose you're already committed to. She won't ask you to change direction. She'll meet you on your path and ask, can we walk this together? That kind of harmony can't be forced. It's felt, known, cherished the moment it appears. There is nothing passive about alignment. It is deeply active in the spiritual realm. Every time you honor your truth instead of settling for almosts, you shift the vibration of your entire future. And in that vibration, your soulmate spirit moves a little closer, It's not magic. It's resonance. And it's real. You'll feel seen not for how strong you are, but for how human you've allowed yourself to be. She will notice your vulnerability as a sacred strength. She'll sit with your shadows and not flinch, because she's made peace with her own. That mutual acceptance will be the ground where love roots deeply, quietly, eternally. So don't look away now. Don't give up because it's quiet. The quiet is sacred. It's alignment in motion. Every breath you take in patience is a declaration. I am no longer chasing. I am aligning. And somewhere in that stillness, her soul is doing the same. Thank you for opening your heart to this message. It was no accident that you found it. It was divine timing. If something within you stirred, if even one sentence whispered truth to your soul, then this was meant for you. Please confirm you've received by commenting, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." And if these words spoke to something deep inside, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next message the angels prepare just for you. There are more revelations, more comfort, and more confirmations to come. Stay alert, stay faithful, and remember, what's meant for you is always on its way.